Hello there. I am reviewing Lego Creator Expert Set 10265. This is the Ford Mustang. So this is the 1967 version of the Mustang Fastback. Also with some optional modification gear. Let's call it muscle car modification gear. And so this is the box. It shows some of the things the set has, but we will look at that in the set itself. I have, of course, already built it, but before we get to the set, I wanted to look at the box, the instructions, and the extra pieces. So for the instructions, we have 218 pages, and it's 46, but these are the optional settings. 313 steps, and you can see there are lots of tidbits of information in the instruction booklet as well, such as this about the original Mustang built for show purposes. There are also some advertisements. This is the optional stuff. Some pictures of the original along with its features, and then the modification version. And in the front of the instruction booklet, we have some information also on the design here of this Mustang, as well as the original Mustang design, the history of Mustang over the years, which also comes in French and Spanish. So rather lots of information in the instruction booklets, unlike a normal set. So for extra pieces here, we actually have a lot of extra pieces, and that is because this set is modifiable. I need to take these off, as these are also considered extra pieces in my opinion. So these are some of the modification pieces. We have an extra engine, which may be good if you blow the original. This is a spoiler or rear wing. We have quite a few license plate options, which we will get to. And then we have the actual extra pieces, starting with a piece puller, standard orange color. We did get turquoise piece pullers for a while there. Here are the extra pieces. You can see standard small pieces. There is a printed gauge as an extra piece as well. Oh, and also the nitrous gauge as an extra piece. Now let's go to the actual model. So for starters, this does look a lot like a Mustang. I had a friend with roughly this model, and this does look a lot like it. Now he did not have the fastback. I believe his was a 68, not a 67. But this really does look the part of the Mustang. There's a little bit of a strange look here with some of the under pieces. So the headlights aren't perfect, and also I remember them being much more silver than gray. Oh, sorry, this is also extra for the aftermarket parts. Yeah, just put on which ones I liked. So some things about this: the wheel actually does turn the tires. So you can turn the tires with the wheel, although it's not the normal steering ratio. I think we can forgive Lego for that. Under the hood, we have the engine. Now this is also quite nice. You can see the extra radiator fluid. You can see the fan with the caution fan sign and the radiator cap. There is the belt for all the accessories. We have the the air filter, along with the V8 here under there that says powered by Ford. Power by Ford. And this is the 390 cubic inch engine. Okay, and then on the inside, so you can lift out pretty easily this top part. Now, if you try to hold the vehicle from here, it will work a little bit, but it's not quite a stable connection, so I prefer to hold it from the bottom. So here in the back, we have the shifter, which looks pretty good, I think. This does remind me a lot of what the actual Mustang was. We have this sort of leather or maybe fake leather chairs. I guess in this case, they're fake leather. 2 dials, a simple radio, which was also a sticker. The dials were printed. It's rather good, and it does have good legroom, which I do remember the original Mustang having. And also, true to form, the back has extremely poor legroom for the rear passengers. So in many ways, this is true to form. One thing I'll say is that the doors are using a sort of double hinge. We have 2 hinges on the outside, and we have 1 double hinge on the inside, which actually works quite well. It really does kind of give a feeling, and then there's a little bit of interlocking play here. Now they don't lock, but they do kind of make that door snap sound. So they did the door panels quite well, I think. These are printed blocks here at the bottom, and the stripe down the middle is also printed. But it actually doesn't have too many, and this is upside down, it actually doesn't have too many printed pieces, but it has, I would say, printed pieces where it's most important. All of the license plates are stickers. Here is the small trunk room, which I believe is also quite accurate. Now this has the nitrous oxide bottle in the trunk, which is usually where it's put. And then on the underside we have the mufflers. This is for a feature I will get to later. Here is the steering. The body is just standard Technic work. So it does look quite nice and it does function quite well. Let's look at the extra features. So there are really no interior extra features. What you have is what you get. If you turn this knob, you will get a rotation of the rear suspension to a much higher position, giving it that sort of muscle car look. It does bounce a little bit more, but that's not by design. Then for the front here, we can have this lower front fascia. And we can also put a spoiler inside of the trunk for that sort of rear spoiler look, or the NASCAR spoiler look, as I call it. We can remove the middle of the hood, and I think we have to remove this as well. And then we can put the engine here to have the engine sticking out, just in case you want people to know that your car is very loud and you've bored out your engine so much that it will no longer fit in inside your vehicle. These are exhaust ports. If you want to pretend that your car has absolutely no muffler or catalytic converter, you can always add these to give the statement that your Mustang is not kind on the environment. So these are the features. I don't really like this massive engine. If you were driving this vehicle, you would really have trouble seeing, although it does look quite realistic with these 3 carburetors in the front, or throttle plates, I guess, in the front leading to the carburetors. But it's nice to have these optional features. We have a California plate. We have a Michigan plate, which says GT 1967. That is the vehicle for this. and they are in the classic Michigan and classic Michigan yellow or antique yellow, and the older California style in blue. Then we have some other ones. K, I think this is the Netherlands. I could be wrong. And then this POKH, this one has, so here's Bad, which I believe is German. And we should also have a small yellow plate, which I believe is also Netherlands. Oh, here we go. So we have a couple European plates also to choose from if you like. The European plates fit here just in the middle, and the American plates, so it's roughly the same. They'll sit differently because they're different. In real life, the American plates are more square. The European plates are actually longer than the American plates, but I think this works fine. I really do like the taillight design. This is built sideways using 3 red clear plates. Very kind of a classic design of the Mustang. So overall, I think this set is really wonderful. I forgot to mention this has 1,471 pieces, and it costs about 150 US dollars. So the piece to price ratio is pretty good. I got this as a gift since I work in automotive, in case you wondered from all the automotive vocabulary. And I'm actually not massively into cars, but I really do think this one's really nice. It does really give me the feeling of the original Mustang. And this is not Lego's first Mustang. They've made quite a few of the smaller Mustang models as well. But I really do think this is probably the best, and I do like this color. I can't think of another Mustang color I would have preferred. Anyway, thank you for watching.